Hello everyone, and welcome back to a video here on the second channel where the content is far more casual and there's no editing, and this one in particular is just going to be me chatting for the most part because I've had a lot of questions about the big announcement we had with Snapshot 21W15A, and to be fair, I feel like a lot of what I'm going to say in this video I've already explained once, but I kind of want to make it as clear as I can. What I've been doing is combing over information from various places in and around Mojang, on their websites, in their videos, and just trying to get a full picture of what's actually happening and explain it again to all of you. So if you don't know the big news, you should head over to my channel and check out that snapshot video, but the gist is that there's going to be a split. This update is being split into 1.17 and 18. 18 is going to have world generation features, 17 is going to have all the other content that we've seen so far. Now, based on my comments, it felt like there was a lot of confusion, a lot of questions coming in, and I've tried to answer as many of them as I can. So, jumping into it, one of the big questions was if this split applies to Bedrock as well as Java Edition, and the answer to that is yes. Bedrock is also going to split, and it will probably meet the deadlines of both updates, which tends to be the new trends that Java and Bedrock get updated at the same time for the major release. So you can expect that. A lot of other people were asking if this was going to affect the Minecon announcement, because later in the year, around September, we're going to have an announcement for what the next big update will be, and that will be then about 1.19. And obviously, this change affects it in some manner, but according to Mojang, it's not going to affect the fact that they will announce a future version of the game. So that will proceed like normal. Now, getting into the things that are in this version that are going to stay and be in 1.17, the goat, the axolotl, the glow squid, and all the things that come with them, like the glow items, those are going to be in this version. And according to Slice Line, one of the developers of Mojang, all of the different type of deep slate blocks are going to be in it as well. And that includes deep slate ores. Now, this has got me thinking that will it be a part of generation or will it be craftable? Because currently, if we head just all the way down here, there you go, look, there's some deep slate down here as well. Now, I reckon this probably has the possibility to generate, although maybe not because there's coal ore right next to it, but if that was inside the lump, it could use the alternate texture, and that might make some of the materials very rare. But apparently we're going to get all of the ore variants as well, and so for something that spawns higher up in the world like copper, it might mean that they'll be craftable. Perhaps you get copper ore and craft it with deep slate. So some of these things are going to be a little ambiguous and unknown at the moment, but hopefully we'll get answers to this stuff in the coming weeks, so we know what's going to go into the release itself. So then, everything related to the lush caves biome, the azalea leaves, drip leaves, cave vines and glowberries, hanging roots, rooted dirt, the moss carpets and blocks, and the spore blossom, all of that stuff is going to be obtainable through some form of crafting or probably growing methods like using bone meal on the moss. So you'll be able to obtain that somehow and then get all the other items from that. Same goes for dripstone blocks as well, and I have no idea how they're going to do that, if it will be through villager trades, wandering trader, or crafting, but they've confirmed all of these features are going to be accessible in the 1.17 game. That includes candles and the candle cake, and as you know, currently the world generation already includes copper ore, so that means we can have access to all the copper blocks and the lightning rods. This also includes the Amethyst Geode. That's like a generation feature that is actually in this update. As you can see, we've actually got one over here. So that includes the calcite and the tuft that generate around it. All of those blocks are going to be accessible. Also, powdered snow can be created when it's snowing inside of a cauldron. So that block and all the features that come with it will be a part of this. We also have smooth basalt, tinted glass, the spyglass. These things will be accessible. All of those are pretty straightforward as well. Bundles is going to be part of this update, and only on Java the multiplayer sleeping rule will also stay in the update. Now, when it comes to things that generate in the game, the lichin, is it called lichin? I can never remember which way around to say it. This actually generates in the world, so we can confirm that it will generate in 1.17. Now, when you go caving, you'll be able to find that and grow it and take advantage of that block. So what about the things that are not included? Well, all of the biomes won't actually generate in the world, and all of the new cave generation has been rolled back. There's going to be no mountains, and the big thing that's missing is the deep dark and the warden. But here's something. We actually have access to the sculk sensor as it currently stands, and this is one thing I cannot find any confirmation on that it will be, although there are some statements saying all the features you've seen will be a part of the update. Nothing directly related to the sculk sensor, and it could be that they make this craftable, and if they did, I imagine it would probably use ender pearls in the recipe, as we haven't seen any of the other blocks related to this biome. But that one I think might be one of those features that does get left out, but at this point in time, unfortunately no exact confirmation on that. Now, the other big bit of information that I want to share with you, again, came from the Minecraft developers, and I think it's really important to know this one, because a lot of people are going to be thinking about upgrading worlds or starting new worlds. And so if you are going to use their experimental data pack that you currently can do to get all of that world generation feature stuff, there is a high likelihood you're going to run into problems when you update in the future. It is not recommended to use that and then upgrade to part 2, as all of the code that makes the world generate in its new way with all the caves and features underground, it is subject to change on many levels, and that could lead to so many unforeseen problems. Now, if you want to just play the regular 1.17 world and then update to 1.18 with the cave features in the future, it'll be safe to do so. Mojang are going to work in a direction that means they're going to avoid all the nastiness that can come with upgrading from one world to the other. So essentially, don't use the data pack unless you plan on resetting for 1.18. That's really important to know. And those are all the things I've been able to find out so far, and I'll keep you informed with the regular videos, of course. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for checking this video out, and hopefully it answered some of your questions. Bye bye.